Okay, let's double check. Yep, we're on the right microphone. Okay, I got it all set up again the way it's supposed to be. Hello! Welcome, stream. How's everybody doing today? I am your host, Tahoe Anime. We're back. We weren't here on Friday for an art stream. Had a little photo shoot to go and do for our upcoming event on Sunday. Hello. Hello, Isabella. Welcome in. So that's why we weren't here on Fridays. Buttons and I had to go do a little photo shoot and get ready for our event, our live event on Sunday. So people can come in and purchase a book from me and get it signed and doing all of that stuff. So that's what we've got going on. I'm doing good. Hello. I'm doing good. It's a good Monday. It's snowing. It's not a good snow, but it is snowing a little bit here. So actually, I'll show you right now. Just a little bit out there. It's not quite cold enough to stick quite yet, but it's coming down. It's trying to. We're just high enough that it's right. We're getting a little bit of the snow where it's just melting as soon as it hits the ground, though. So the temperature's not quite right yet, just to get it to stick, but we're getting there. I am in Nevada, which you may think, okay, Nevada is a desert. How is it snowing in the desert? I actually live in Reno, which is right next to the Sierras, the high Sierras. So right on the border between Nevada and California. So that's typically where the bulk of the snow comes from. And if those storms seem to make it over the mountain, they come right down into our little high desert and drop some snow on us. So that's where I'm at. You may be saying, okay, Tahoe, I don't know where these Sierras that you speak of are in the California's beaches and sun. Not on the borderline, not on the inner parts of it. It snows enough up in the Sierras that they actually held the Winter Olympics there at one point. Actually, they've considered holding it there again. So it is not uncommon to have 10, 20, 30 feet of snow up in the high mountains, up in the Donner Park areas, up at the top of the hills. So we just get a little bits of that every once in a while. I think we're forecasted to maybe get about a foot of snow here. Okay, I'll run the forecast here for you. Boom, 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 boom. From Sunday until Wednesday, let's see, 1,500 to 2,500 feet. That's the elevation. About 1 foot of snow from 2,500 to 3,500. It's about 1 to 2 feet of snow. Anywhere above 3,500 feet, it can be anywhere from 4 to 8 feet of snow. So Sierras, like I said, are going to get a whole bunch up in the top. Actually, they're getting ready to probably close the highway up there pretty shortly, due to conditions that are going to be getting worse over the next few days. So, yeah. Is it like a state for Las Vegas? We are north of Las Vegas. So if you've ever seen a picture of Nevada, you know that like Las Vegas is closer down to the bottom of the state where that little notch is, a little cutout. And then as you go north, there's a bend right in the edge of the state of Nevada. That's where Reno is. That's where the Sierras Tahoe is, which is where I derive my name from. But yeah, that's, if you ever heard of Lake Tahoe, that's the same area. That's also a famous one. If you know, have you ever in school heard of the Donner Party? They got stuck in the snow over here. That is where we are at, where the people ended up eating each other because of how much snow they got stuck in back in the day, back in the wagon train days. So yeah, we're right in that little spot. Nevada's my birth state. I grew up in Florida. Oh, that's awesome. Nevada's a good place. I like it here. I was born here as well. I grew up in Truckee, but I was born in Nevada. I was born in Reno. It's that little crux where we're just enough on the border that I could drive 30 minutes and buy lottery tickets in California. That's how close we are. Probably even like 20 minutes. It's really close. It's a nice place to live. I get all of the amenities, and if I want to, I can drive a couple hours and be down close to the Bay Area, go visit the ocean and stuff like that. So same thing. Like Vegas and Reno are very similar. I think Reno is still small enough that it still feels like a small big city in some ways. So it's not crazy. Most people think I was from New York, New Jersey because of my thick accent. Oh, that's awesome. I love accents. Accents are always fun. Yeah, it looks like our weather might be taking a little break here, but that's okay. That's okay. All right. So what I have planned for the stream today, I am going to be working on some book stuff. So we're getting pretty close to finishing up book 3. Over the weekend, I had to do some work on book 1 and book 2 because of the current price changes that are happening with my printer and distributor. I had to go through and buy brand new barcodes and switch those out on the covers that I did for book 1 and book 2. So we did a little bit of that last couple weeks. I'll show you what that looks like here. Boom, here's book 1. This is our cover. So we changed out this barcode down here in the left-hand corner. So for anybody who is doing self-publishing or doing any of this process, Anytime you want to make a change to the price of your book, you can do that through your metadata on KDP or on Ingram Spark or any of those places that allow you to do it. But you need to change out this barcode because it represents not only your ISBN but also your price point as well. So it's about $25 to change out that barcode, but you do want to make sure to do it. So what books am I doing? I am currently working on a children's picture book series, and this is my third year doing this, and I thought I had the brilliant idea late last year, about midway through last year. I was just like, you know what, I've got my art stream, or I've got my Twitch channel. Maybe I'll just start doing the publishing, illustrating, that kind of stuff on stream, so people can, they can see part of the process. People can ask questions about it. We can talk about different things. If people are interested in any of the publishing sides of things, I will try to help, point them in the right directions if I know anything about those things. And just kind of, document the process that I go through to go ahead and document the process of putting all of this together. So in our world where I think more and more artists have to kind of prove, not necessarily prove, but kind of show their steps and the things that they go through, this felt like a good place for me to kind of do a lot of that and see about making videos off of it and seeing if there was interest to generate from this. I've run into a lot of authors and stuff like that are always looking for artists and stuff like that. So I was just like, well, we'll see if I can build a little community here, see if it's useful, see if it's worth it at all. Maybe it'll help generate some revenue, so then I can help pay for part of the books that I'm putting together, because it does cost money to get all these done and printed out and stuff like that. So yeah, it's kind of the idea here. I wanted to publish a book, but I'm afraid to even try it if I finish making the story of mine. It's interesting because going through this process and setting up this channel and then going to local author meetings and stuff like that here in my community, I think it feels daunting, but it's not, and I don't want to give people false hope in this, because it is a lot of work. It's in order to have a finished product, it's not as hard as people think it is. But having a finished product and having a successful book are two different things. So there's a little, take that with a grain of salt in and of itself, but it's not, once you have like the layouts and stuff like that, it's not that hard. It is doable. I'm doing all of this by myself. I'm doing I'm doing the marketing. I'm doing the publishing. Like I was saying, I've been working on getting the files updated with new prices, learning how those things work, figuring out how to get my books into the Library of Congress, so that I have my LCCN number, which, if anybody's ever seen, that's the number on the inside of the book. Where's mine? It's this little one right down here. That's for categorizing it for libraries and stuff like that. So that's an important one to have. But like basically just like navigating all of those processes and stuff like that. It's not a whole lot if you have a basic kind of idea or blueprint on how it works. It's definitely doable. I have lots more time than I think the average person does. I'm currently a stay-at-home dad, take my daughter to school and stuff like that and pick her up. And then I work on this stuff most of the day and work on publishing and trying trying to put out at least one book a year. So, yeah, it's doable. I've seen tons of people that have full-time jobs and stuff like that who still do this on top of their normal stuff. So you never know. I'd say never. It can always be something that you try out, and it hasn't cost me a whole ton, but I'm also trying to go the low end route on stuff for myself. So I don't know, but yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to throw them my way. I will try my best to answer them. So that was book number 1. That's the cover. And then this was book number 2. We changed out this barcode here and this one. So both of those got submitted to my printer distributor on Friday. I got approval for one this morning. I'm waiting for approval on the second one. Hopefully by end of day. I'm hoping. No guarantees, but I'm hoping. So I have to wait on that one. That one was a nervous one that I hopefully was going to work out. I also need to, once those get approved, then I can order copies of them to make sure that the printing actually comes out correctly, because I made a couple changes to my cover files that I need to do some quality control on first before I can really get a bunch of copies printed out and ready for shipment around the country, around the world, those kind of things. But one of the things I ran into, and I have to double check this now, which is something I have to do today. I have to go through every single page of book number 3, and I need to make sure that the blacks that I picked for these outlines and even for the wording and writings, that they are actually the correct color. I ran across an issue where I realized, and we might be able to see here, yes. So like my text up here, it's displaying as this 272525 on Illustrator. That's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be 100% for the black and white scale here and 0 for all of the CMYK. So somewhere in the transition across either going to the new computer, which has been a little bit here. Something happened with I don't know if it was a transition from RGB to CMYK I did a couple years ago, but somehow I screwed up the black color, and I have to go through and find them all and fix them because I messed them up. Yeah, see, that one's off too. Something shifted in the color tones that makes it incorrect. So I already went through and changed out. I should probably check these ones down here too. So that's kind of what the idea is for today. I do have, I got an emergency email here. I need to go to, so like I was saying, it's part of my video that's rolling up in the top right hand corner, which is my weekly post update that I put out on social media. I'm currently getting ready for a book signing event on Sunday. And I'm putting together some graphics and stuff like that for it. And I sent an email to my printer, or to my local printer, to get some sticker sheets made, and he did not receive the files, so I'm gonna have to send that again. Let's press send again. Yeah, let's try it again and see what happens. See if he gets it this time. Super important. Okay. Okay, so hopefully he gets that, and we can get this cleared up so we can get those printed. Hopefully before Sunday would be preferable, but let's see. We need to work on, double check these ones. Yeah, see, those are wrong too. So I've got some issues with the color space. Somewhere it got messed up. I'm not 100% sure where. There was a thing, for some reason, when I transferred, I had an old iMac that was running on, oh my god, my brain just fuzzed on me. Holy smokes. Intel. It was an old Intel iMac, and I was using that pretty successfully for ever and ever. And last year I was able to do a couple side jobs, building some cabinets and stuff like that, and I was able to upgrade to a new Mac, a new silicon-based Mac, and I've run into quite a few issues, which is pretty surprising with the transfer over to the new system. Definitely not my favorite thing that has been going on, but definitely something I've had to deal with. Let's see. This one, it's not that one. This one is that one. Okay. There we go. Much better. So I'll have to export all of these out again with the correct color space now. And I say that, and that's the wrong terminology to put on here. It's not really the color space, it's just the actual colors themselves that have been tweaked. But I found in one of my files that the tail of one of my characters was actually displaying the wrong color, so I get to go through all 32 pages of this current book and check the tail and any other black colors and make sure that they are correct. So, got that one done, updated at least. Let's get rid of that PNG, we don't need it. Let's go ahead and export this. The desktop, JPEG. Let's do RGB, CMY profile. 300 base optimized for type. Yep, we're good. Okay, let's make sure that goes out correctly here. I was also able to figure out over the weekend, I've been having some issues with exports not exporting correctly, and I think I've finally got that figured out. I think I figured out what was wrong with it, so. So that's kind of what the plan is for today, is going through and working on all of those things, getting all of the files exported, fixed, corrected, exported in the right manner so that I can take all of the PNGs, convert them over into a PDF, get that all packaged together, and basically be ready to ship it off to Ingram Spark so that we can get ready to print some sample copies here. For anybody who doesn't know, Ingram Spark is a global printer and distributor of books. And you can set up on there to self-publish your own books and stuff like that, do print on demand. It's a pretty nice setup. It's kind of complicated. It's not as, I would say their systems are not as efficient as I would like them to be. But the availability of their distribution is pretty crazy. Essentially, every bookstore around the world has access to your books, and they even move it towards any of the online distributors and stuff too. So, hello, daughter in white. What's going on? What are you doing? This is a live show, by the way, so whatever happens in the house happens. Hi, what's up? And you're just here to say hi, both of you?
She coffees.
You like your big, heavy-weighted sweater? Yeah? You're not wearing the pants. Dang it. Is that what you came to show me, or is that you're wearing it? Nice.
Came in and be like, it's so cute.
Have you washed it yet? Has it shrunk at all? No? Oh, nice. That's not bad. It's supposed to be big. Yeah, you're definitely drowning in it a little bit. Now you look comfy. I think once she gets the pants on, she'll look like a rag doll then.
Can you go for the pants?
That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Make sure. All right. So, I think this one's good. I think I want to look at one thing though. Yeah, okay, so that's right. Oh my god, she does look like a ragdoll.
You look so comfy.
Are they comfy? Oh, they have zip pockets on the side too? Or is that just pocket? Just the one. It's a zip pocket, right? That's a... Oh, so it's just a little guy, it's not a deep one. You need those deep pockets. Oh, you got butt pocket too?
Only one.
Only one. It's very right side centric. See, I can see this outfit. If it was snowing a whole bunch outside, yes.
Right?
For sure,
Hot
yes.
cocoa, everything.
It's not quite snowing enough out there yet to have it.
That's why you don't.
See, it even shut off our snow. Boo! We need more snow. Okay, so our JPEG is looking good here. So I think we're good with that page. So now we get to go through all the other pages and double check to make sure everything's correct. So let's go to this one. So that has multicolor in it. Check this one first. Interesting. It's not telling me. Okay, so it's showing that that's correct. This is red. That one's black. Okay, so yeah, see, it was weird because some of them are correct and some of them are incorrect. I keep having this issue where not every page, it's just some of them. Yeah, even this is set to the correct black color, so That's good for this one. We do have to save it out to go, though, as the new way to save this. Okay, so last week I was having this issue that I noticed with my export from Adobe Illustrator where it was actually desaturating all of my PNGs that I was saving out. And I couldn't quite figure it out, and I couldn't find any documentation on something that they had changed or done to the exporting ability of the program. And there aren't very many options that you can choose from. So what I mean is, if you go and select File, Export As, you can choose here between PNG, JPEG. We kind of did something similar here a minute ago. But if you choose PNG, which is something that I've always chosen, and you go export, it'll give you choose the resolution, choose the anti-aliasing, and then whether or not you want transparent black or white background. Basic stuff is like, okay, cool, but that's it. That's all of the options that you get to have with this PNG. So and for some reason, whatever basic settings there are here, it would desaturate the snot out of my end images, which was not good. So did way more research and found that there's another option on Adobe Illustrator. If you go to File, Save for Web Legacy, it actually gives you this screen, which is just like, okay, that's a weird screen. But it gives us way more options here. So over on the right hand side, we can pick different types of PNGs, either a PNG 24 or PNG 8. We definitely want the 24 here. And then over on the right hand side, it actually has a couple options for converting to RGB and optimizing for file size. This converting to sRGB, I think, is what's giving me my saturation back for my file. So I that's the fix that I found. The only caveat to that is that anytime I save out these pages, I actually have to change the size, the correct aspect ratio here. So 2588 by 2626. Let me make sure it's should be 2625, not 2626. Oh, it has an extra pixel in it somewhere for some reason. Extra line of pixels. Should be fine. So we can go ahead and save that. We can actually, you know what, I'm going to put that on the desktop for the moment because I want to double check to make sure that that's looking correct. Hi, sRGB is the standardized web color system. That's what I figured, and it's gonna make it more robust for that, which is good. I know for print, they want everything saved out as CMYK, but for whatever reason, when I use the standard exporting stuff, it cuts the saturation by a pretty good amount. Ooh, I think I can give you an example. That's the wrong one. It's this one. Okay. Let me see if I can put this up there. Pretty sure I can. Smaller gamut, but easier to be same across systems. So when you export to CMYK, you are not able to see the color accurately on screen anymore. It is a print color system. Yes. It's kind of weird though, because when I compress them into a PDF for the distributor printer, it basically, they print what is sent to them. I don't know, as much as they say like they have whatever systems together, it does come out duller. Like, how, I don't know if they're not taking into consideration part of it or whatever it was. But yeah, if whatever I send to them as a as that file is what they'll print, I've realized. So let me see if I can pull this up. Let's see if I open this in. Open this in preview. Should be able to show this as long as I pair correctly. Pick this. Preview. Okay, cool. I can. Okay. So we can kind of see the differences in the color shift here, just though it's not super dramatic, but you can definitely see this is what it looks like on screen when I'm creating it in an Illustrator, and the dimmed version here, the desaturated version, is what is printed out on the pages, or what is exporting incorrectly. And for some reason it's doing weird stuff. Hey, look, our file got received. Perfect. Is it a print color system? Should be. How are you exporting your PDFs? So they want a very specific PDF X 2001 print style for their stuff, which I'm able to do in another program to be able to get it to compress correctly. That part of it's not the problem. It's the issue of getting it out of Adobe Illustrator into a file format that is lossless. I'm trying to get as good as accurate as I can, because I don't want to use like JPEG and stuff like that, because there's a little compression that happens with JPEG that I don't like, because it makes it a little bit pixely, not necessarily a lot, but it does cause a little bit of issue. So I was trying to keep it in a PNG format so that it kept as much of the detail and accuracy as possible. But whatever change they did in Adobe Illustrator, because I tried this I downloaded the new Affinity program, the free one that's kind of the competitor to Adobe products. And I was able to export and stuff there more cleanly as a PNG rather than what Adobe was giving me. So there's some weird configurations that they've changed that they are not giving us the ability to manipulate on Illustrator that I have to kind of work around a little bit. So it's kind of weird. Short of using a Pantone-owned system, there will always be slight color differences, but they shouldn't be crazy different. Yeah, so that's about what I would expect, is slight tonal shifts or whatever. This was like a pretty significant like desaturation of the entire stuff. Like it would take the bite out of black colors. It would take anything that had vibrance to it, and it would just mute the snot out of it, kind of stuff. But for some reason, when that gets sent over to the printer, that's how it would come out. Like the pages look duller, and I thought, well, maybe it just has to do with like ink quality or whatever they're doing on their side. And it wasn't until I started recognizing that there was something different with the exports that was causing that problem. So PNG is not a print format. Yes, correct. PDF is. Yep, I'm using Affinity now as well, still getting used to it. Yeah, it's a little weird, but I like it. Feel like it's a little bit more robust for giving me options for the exports and stuff like that, whereas Adobe feels a little bit lacking in some of that. It's kind of weird. So you need to use a true black, which is a CMYK. Yep, combination to help blacks look black. Yeah. And that's what I have all of my files set up as. All of my profiles and everything else like that is all set up for CMYK. So it was one of the things I did early on. And when I printed and published my first book, when I was using my old Mac computer, I didn't have any problems with it. Like everything looked good. They accepted the files. They were happy when I got the prints. Everything looked good, vibrant, rich. Like it was right on the nose. I was like, cool, I'm very happy with all those things. But as soon as I changed to my new Mac with the silicone-based chips in it, and Illustrator updated to their new system, I don't know if like the protocols have changed or something different has happened, but all of a sudden I started running into, like I said, color issues where it was no longer doing the same exporting that it was on the old system. So I was just like, okay, something, either they moved an option to a different location, which I think is kind of what I've worked around with the save for web legacy thing, or they've changed. They wanted to make different options to be able to change somehow, or I don't know. Something's different definitely changed, but Adobe is standardized for print though. It's been the industry standard for decades now. Yeah, it's one of those legacy ones. That's kind of why I keep using it, is because it is so ingrained in the print industry. It's like I've used it for years and years and years with other printers and stuff like that, and I send people PSDs. I send them Illustrator files based on what they need and stuff like that. But yeah, when you set up files, you're setting them up in CMY color spacing. Correct. Yes. Color space, and then you also have on the right hand side, you can choose the option here to show everything in CMYK or so I'm working in the CMYK with the color space and the profile, and I've set up my screen to be CMYK compliant and stuff as well. So like I said, all of that stuff seems to be set correctly. There's just that one piece where they change something in their export, and but like I said, I think I found the workaround with it with this save for legacy option. So let's go ahead and save that. That one's fine. Oh yeah, I do need to open up that one. It wasn't enough to... It was enough that it was bothering me. It probably wouldn't have made a big difference in the end product for anybody that picks up and buys the book. But like I said, it was just enough to throw me in a spot where I'm like, I feel like I can get more vibrancy out of this if I am able to correct this somehow. Okay, let's go and save that. It's going to go here. It's going to replace... Okay, is it not going to replace it? Oh, interesting. Oh, we'll put a dash in it. Ooh, interesting. Let's go ahead and save that. So that's kind of where I'm at, as I'm going to go through and fix all these pages and save them all out and do that. So I will say that you see color different than how my laptop sees color, than how the printer's monitor sees color. Unless you color calibrate your monitor all the time and run a standardized system across the design to print space, you'll see differences on screen. That's just how it is. Yeah. So part of the way I mitigate that or check some of that is I have two monitors on me. I have the Mac computer studio display, which is like one of those high resolution, what do they call it? Some special, anyways, it's like super high color, all of that stuff. If I move it over to my second monitor, which is like my cheap 200 one I got from Costco, you can definitely see the color differences in those things. So like I know that there's color space shifts depending on monitor and everything like that. I just think it was the main part was that I noticed that when I was shifting between, I can't remember exactly how I did it or what I did, but I think I exported. Oh, that's what it was. I went back to book 1 and I exported out one of the files and I compared it and I was just like, wait a minute, the new one is way duller than my original export and none of my settings have changed. So something else in that space has changed that is making it. And I was like, oh crap, I better go look at my books and see, the boxes that I've bought, flip through the pages and compare and contrast. And luckily I had a couple pages between book 1 and book 2 that were similar enough that I can see that the color space, so that there was an actual shift that was happening between those different types of exports. I was like, okay, so somehow I've lost vibrancy here a little bit that is happening with the export. So I need to basically investigate what's happening and how to get some of that back. So yes, I am getting print samples before I go into mass. It's kind of how I was able to catch it, luckily, because I didn't catch it when I published the second book and printed that out because it looked, I don't think I was looking to make sure that the colors were that close to each other at that time, or at least comparing across book 1 and book 2. But once I saw that there was a shift in those PNGs on my system, then I could go back and I was just like, oh, that's why it felt a little bit duller in the final prints. Is like, okay, that makes more sense. They're not getting as much information and data from me to be able to get the right color space. So now it's okay. It's like, okay, so I can fix that stuff if I get all this set up correctly and go from there. So took me a little bit, but you know as well as I do, Vern, that some of this stuff is trial and error, especially when you're doing it by ad hoc, kind of by yourself, and a lot of spaces. So for anybody who's looking to do printing of their own or get books made and stuff like that, don't forget that there's trial and error. I think on my first book, I ordered 4 samples and made pretty drastic changes to those 4 samples before I settled on the one that I ended up using for the final print, and then on to book 2, and then I'm looking to use for book 3 as well. So yeah, please take the time to play with it and do it, especially if you're doing self-publishing. Hopefully you have the time to be able to do that like I do, but everybody's little system is different and you have to play to their strength. Yes, once you work with the same printer, you'll have it on lock. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like when I recognized that there was something off, I was like, okay, well, the consistency on their end is fine. Like they were able to do book 1 and book 2 and give me final products that I was fine with. So I knew it wasn't something on their end. They hadn't changed anything there. So I was just like, okay, so that's good because that's still locked in. So I don't have to worry about probably printing a whole bunch of sample copies for book 3. So I just need to make those adjustments that I need for my side of this equation, and we should be okay. But it's also still one of those things where I might do like 2 sample copies for book 3, and I have to decide which things I'm going to play with for that. But I might not need it as well. But either way, I've got time. I've got a little bit of space to be able to mess with that, so which is good. Okay, 2588. Oh, you know what I forgot to do on this one? Aha. Cancel. The main reason why, there's 2 reasons why I wanted to come back in here, and I have to go through every page for the exact same reason. Me fucking up the black colors. Okay, so that one's okay. Let's look at the hands real quick. Yep, that one's fine. That one's fine. Okay, let's go to face. Check this one. That one's correct. Haha. So this is where I messed up at some point. If you look at this eye, as I look at both these eyes, they look like they're the same color, right? They look like they're black. But if you click on this one, it's actually set to 020302. So it's got like a 74 cyan, 67 magenta, and a 67 yellow. It looks like it's a black color, but that is not the right color. So, but if you look at the other eye, that one's correct. 100% black, 0% on the other one. So somewhere along the lines, I messed up on those and got them all shifted around a little bit. So nose is fine. Sometimes some of this process is tedious because you miss something, and luckily I was able to catch it. So now I get to go through and fix it, or at least double check it. Do you call me a nerd? Oh, wait, are you calling Vern a nerd, or are you calling me a nerd? Are we both nerds? How's this work, Alex? Okay, so let's select. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Sweet. Outline. That one's right. Tail. Tail is correct. Let's do that ear. That's right. That one's right. Let's look at this group real quick. Triangle. Okay, so those are all good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we don't have. We already double checked that one, so that should be fine. Okay, cool. So this one's good to go. We can go ahead and save that. Tahoe Anime's a nerd. Oh, probably both. Yeah, probably both. Thank you, Vern, for taking part of the heat off on me. Yo. Okay, let's export this one real quick. This is going to be a 2588. Yep, that is correct. Wait for this to update, otherwise it's going to get mad at me. Bam, that's good. Let's go ahead and save that into the PNG file here. Save. Check on that. Yep, that's correct. Actually adding 1 pixel to the edge of it should be okay. Let's swap those out. Let's go ahead and do that. This one's finalized. This one's finalized. Then we're on to number 4. Cool. In the meantime, we've got about a minute and 20 seconds before our first ad break here. So let's get rid of this at the moment. Yes, we do want to save that because we just updated some of that. Let's swap over to our assistant cam here. It looks like our snow has stopped outside, so no fun there. Let's check on, oh, there he is. Oh, he's over in the corner. We'll move that over here in a minute. But yeah, we will take a break here, pause for the moment. We'll working on correcting a bunch of my mistakes that I made here, getting things exported correctly. And then we'll come back and we'll keep going. Hopefully Vern is not too disappointed in me and how I'm figuring all this out. Meep. But yeah, stick around. We will be back here in after these brief messages. My responses will be very sporadic. Work is busy and dumb. Yes, understandable. Please do not watch the stream if you are working at the moment and that is too risky. Possibility of being fired. Don't do that. All right, people. We will be back here shortly. So, like I said, stick around. We'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something to drink. All right, I have returned. Welcome back. We're almost done with our break here. Hey, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Nice little break. Got a little orange juice on the side here. Gotta put something in the tank every once in a while. I haven't run into the problem of like talking too much, and you know how like people when they do presentations and talk a lot, they drink water and stuff like that because they just get dried out. I haven't run into that too much, but hey, Vern, thank you for contributing your points towards our special treat for Patch here. We are at 75% completed, and we've got 4 days left. Ooh, are we gonna make it? We're pretty close. I might have to see on Friday. Might have to extend that a little bit. Yeah, sweet Patch, 20-year-old Patch. He's doing okay. He had a rough week last week. He ran into some poop issues where he had something blocking himself, and he would just walk around trying to like squat wherever he could and push, and he was having some issues. He ended up getting it out luckily, but 20-year-old man, I mean, it's got to be hard when you get to that age and dealing with the issues and stuff like that. So yeah, he does deserve all the treats. It's hard. Like, I think, what did my daughter calculate? He's 90 something years old. So like, it's understandable. It's standard stuff to run into issues when you get that old. He's doing his best. I think the hardest part is that he kept trying to go to the litter box and deal with it, but he couldn't get it taken care of. And it would just like hit him at random, and he would be like sleeping, dead asleep, and he would hop up off of his cat perch and have to jump off of there, and like he couldn't make it before he had to like try to squat. But he felt so guilty about it. Like, he would go hide behind his little cat tree because he felt bad that he was doing it where he was not supposed to, and he kind of like knew that he wasn't supposed to be doing that, but there was like not a damn thing that he could do about it either. So he's doing his best. He's doing okay now, yes. I think he was just a little constipated, so he was just struggling to be able to get it out. But nope, he's good. I make sure and check his litter box every day now. I think that was a big thing like a couple years ago. Maybe even a year ago or so, we made the decision to swap him over to all wet food, because as much as he loved the hard foods, the little pebble hard foods that we had for him, we're just like, if he's getting this old, his teeth and stuff gotta be getting to that point where they gotta be hurting and stuff. So we made the decision, like, he wasn't struggling or anything with it, but made that decision to do that for him and stuff like that. And it just kind of, the little bits of things are slowly creeping in that, you know, he's an old guy and he needs a little extra help. He needs his litter box cleaned every day, and we need to check to make sure he's peeing and pooping and stuff like that. So it's all of those things. Give the guy some pumpkin. Oh, he loves pumpkin. He also loves chocolate, and that's not a good thing. He tries to jump on the counters whenever he'd be sneaky. Like, he became old and became super sneaky. So anytime he smells like chocolate muffins or anything like that, then he sees the dog coming in. He wants to go say hi. Then he tries to get into it. So he's definitely a lover of food for sure. Get off of there. We have our cats on smalls, wet and dry foods that are all natural. Bentley loves chocolate milk. Yeah, right? It's weird. they like the weirdest stuff, the stuff that's probably going to hurt them or give them tummy aches or possibly kill them. But they're like, yeah, no, this is good. This is great. I love this. It's like, no, you're not supposed to have that. Funny goobers. Yeah. Oh, they do? Oh, there you go. What was I saying? When Buns was alive, he ran into a lot of weird bladder issues. I just think he got the short end of the stick when he was born. A lot of crystallization and stuff like that. So he was on a special food forever, and it helped a lot. But since the cats, when we had both cats together, it was like, well, it seems dumb to have one food for one and one for the other. So we basically put patch. Both of them got the same food throughout their life, and it's urinary tract formula food. And we were lucky that the company that made the hard food of that also made a soft food. So we've been giving him that. And honestly, I think that's really, really helped him a whole lot. Be able to maintain a lot, because we live in a very high mineral state. We have very hard water and stuff here. So I can only imagine that having that urinary tract formula food and stuff like that probably helps be able to neutralize some of the hard water minerals in our hard minerals in our water and stuff like that too. So obviously it's done something for him, because he's lasted 20 years. So who knows? But it's been an interesting process to get this far and try to figure out, his quality of life is still good. He's still happy. He still does the things that he wants to do. Still tries to climb on counters and get to the water faucet so he can get fresh water just about every day and stuff like that. Yeah, kind of weird. He does get a lot more like mats in his fur, and we do spend quite a bit of time trying to pull him apart and get him out of him, which he tolerates for the most part. But a lot of times you can definitely tell, like, hey dude, that hurts a little bit. Like, okay, that's fair. This definitely needs to come out though, dude. But we work with it. We figure it out. I think he's still pleasantly happy, or happy enough to be around doing stuff. So he gets super excited whenever we have cheese out. Comes and sits with us at dinner time. Funny cat. Okay. Enough with the reminiscing. So we've got more work to do here, but I also just got an email from my distributor that our second file here, that is the wrong thing. There it is. We are ready to approve our second book here. So I was hoping this was going to happen so I can show part of this on stream for anybody. Welcome to Ingram Spark. This is where you can add your titles for publishing and distributing. You can see I've already gone through and approved Title 1 here, so that is available. It's got the little green check mark next to it. Everything's good with that. But book number 2, once they go when you submit a change to the cover, they go through and they do an approval process, and it kind of looks like this, where let's see, let's go down here. It's these ones right here. So available for printing and download. This is our metadata and everything is happy and good. But we submitted a web revision, and then the cover revision was submitted for that. And then the title goes into a pending state. So they actually have to go through and look at it and make sure everything looks good and is going to be printed correctly, put together a proof to be able to send you, so that you can double check all of it and make sure everything's going to go okay. PDF cover accepted. So was this yesterday? No, this is this morning. They accepted the cover and they were all happy with it. They generated the proof and they sent it to me for final approval. So we're actually going to go through and you guys get to see what that looks like right here. Open up the title. So this is our frame here with all of our metadata in it. I gotta stop using this stupid scroll wheel that's broken. Has author's name, where it's been, where it's being produced, biography, different works and stuff like that. Title, subtitle, imprint, which is basically the publisher of the pieces. Subject, which categories it kind of fits into, what age group or audience that you have for it. We also have keywords and descriptions that need to go in for the metadata here. All of this stuff to be able to put into it. This is all the background information that gets sent to bookstores and websites and everything like that so that they can pull that into their listings. But if we click on print info, we see it's awaiting your approval, but we have this button here that says download eProof. So that's the big one that we want to pull right now. So it's going to go ahead and download that for us. Takes a minute because it's a big file. Perfect, it's happy now. Also have some other data here, including which type of color for the interiors, the finish for the cover, ISBN, how many of these books they can fit in a carton when they ship them out, basic data for the trim size, binding, page count, spine, weight, standardized information here. And then as we move down, you can also see that there's the pricing information here too. So this is the big one that we changed last week, that we had to wait for approval on this. This one, whenever you make a price change for Ingram Spark, a couple things happened. I did it on a Friday, I think is when I submitted to do a price change. And it took them a whole week to be able to accept that price change. So I'm not 100% sure what their process is, but they had said or had sent something out, or I found some research on it, one of their pages that said that any price updates that are done before Thursday should be able to be approved and pushed through by that Friday. I think it's more likely that Wednesdays are the days that, so then it would, if I had put this through on a Wednesday, I think I would have had it within those 2 days, from Wednesday to Friday. But because I put it in on a Friday, I had to wait a whole week to do that, or for that price change to actually update for me. So something to keep in mind if you are if you're publishing through Ingram Spark and going to be making price changes, there are time delays for a lot of things, whether it be a price change or updating your cover file. Updating the cover file actually took 3 to 4 days to get your e-proof and final approval. So always build some of that time delay into your system so that you know what's going on and make sure and adjust for those things. Be aware you're going to be out of commission for a few days because of it. When I did do this, it actually put my title into a pending state. So actually websites like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, the listing goes away. It goes off of their sites until it's approved and stuff like that. So now that we've looked at this basic information here, has release date, does it have the ability for them to look inside the book? Yes, but they haven't done it. That's okay. Over on the left side, we have pending approval. Okay, so we have Button's Backyard Treasure Hunt here. Okay, so we can also download the proof here as well. So either place is fine. You can also email a proof to yourself through this little button link right here. So we have a couple different options when we are reviewing this for approval. Since this book is already done and out and it's past its publishing date, I want to, want to approve this title and just get it ready for to be sent out so that the websites like Amazon can relist it again. These other options are for pre-release date. So if I choose has revised content to upload, this is basically saying, yes, this is good, but I also have more stuff to change out with it so they know what's going on. You can also reject the proof here if it's not up to your satisfaction. So we're going to go ahead and look at the proof and make sure that these two are not applicable. We don't have anything else to change. And that we are happy with the proof and we don't need to reject it. There is another option here that doesn't have a dot next to it. I think it's because this one is only accessible before the title is officially published on its publishing date. And that's the one you select so that it doesn't go out to everybody, but you can order your preview copies. So it basically finalizes everything up, but it doesn't enable it for global distribution. So I believe that's the one. Do not approve this title. Select a reason from the list below. I think there might be a fifth option that pops up here that has to do with the when we get to that point with book 3, I'm actually going to show you guys all of that, so we'll go over that at that time. But yeah, this is kind of what we're looking at. So we need to open up our PDF here. Let's go ahead. Screw it. We'll throw this up there too. Preview. So this is the e-proof that they send you, and they give you a bunch of information about how to evaluate your proof and make sure everything sounds good or looks good. Like Inverness was saying, they also let you know that some of the color quality may be a little bit different or have a little bit of a shift depending on the final print that comes out of that, and that has to do with ink, paper, everything else that's going on with the process. So they just kind of list all of that out so you have more information on that. But you want to make sure and go through and look at everything, look at the color quality. They do put a watermark over it so it can't just be stolen here. Everything looks good. Looks like our crop lines are fine. Yeah, color quality on this way better. Much better. Got the right price on it, $17.99, so that's good. Has our information, so now we can go through and start looking at the pages. So that's our front cover. Page 1, page 2. Yep, page 3, 4. Okay, so this all looks good. I'm definitely going to probably go through. I might not change this one. I debated whether or not to save out all of the files for book 2 here again and update this, because like this page with the colors here for these greens, it's way more vibrant. So I haven't quite made my decision on book 2 yet, but it kind of looks a little bit more earthy in this way, so I might leave it. Just depends. We'll see. But everything looks good. Let's see. Page 11. Let's see. Page 12, 13, 14. Yep, those are correct. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Yep. 20, 21, 22. Yep. On the deck, yep. Coming out. Do. I'm also checking to make sure that they're in the correct order still, which they are, which is good. Okay, cool. That proof looks good. I think we are ready for approval on that. So let's go back to here. Let's go ahead and quit this preview because we don't need it anymore. We are going to send confirmation email. We're going to send it to myself. And there we go. So now when we return to our home, we should have 2 approved titles. Yep, there we go. Both are greened. So both books are available and ready to go out again. And we're ready to set up to do book number 3 when we get to that point. So there you go. You get a little bit of background information on what that looks like. And how to make sure everything looks good and works good. So let's head back over to Adobe. Let's get rid of Safari because it's causing problems at the moment. So I did download a new update for my systems the other day. I think it was Sunday. No, I think it was Saturday. I'm hoping that it helps fix a little bit of stuff. It still feels like I'm getting a little bit of slowdown lag on the OBS side of things, but I don't think you guys are all seeing that, so I think we're okay though. Let's see, I need to rename this. This is going to be 2/16/26. Let's go and put the date on that one. Okay, perfect. Speed. Okay, so we were on to page number 4, right? On our changing out, yes, page number 4. Let's see. We need to export for web. We need to change this to 2588. Yep, that should be good. That's updated. Let's go ahead and save that. PNG folder. Yeah, much better. I can definitely see that there's way more vibrance in it. Much better. You know what I forgot to check though? I forgot to check all the colors. I was just like so excited. I was like, oh, just go for it.
Bryce Austin says save your work.
Thank you, Bryce. I do need to do that. I appreciate that. I do forget that quite often. Let's see. Why is that off? That should not be off. Okay, so what did we learn? We learned that the word bubbles are not the correct color. Yippee skippy. Okay. That's another one I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget that. Oops, that was bad. Check word bubbles for the correct color. I'm gonna have to resave this one once I get it figured out here. Let's check on... This is gonna be a lengthy process today. Okay, that's correct. That's correct. That's correct. That one's correct. That one's good. That one's good. Okay, so the face is fine. Hey, Sunny is on a 35 streak. All right, Sunny. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So that one's correct. Correct. I think I went through and fixed all these already, so this is fine. The only one that I'm really worried about is Patch. Patch's tail was the one that I found that had the problem. That one's fine. That one's fine. Okay, ears are fine. Okay. So he's fine. Not going to worry about that because it's behind a piece of glass there. Okay, so we do have to resave this one because I got a little too impatient and just straight went to saving it. Okay. Now we export it. Now we set this to 2588. This so that it's there we go. Ooh, have I been putting it on? I think I want type optimized. Yeah, I think I want to type optimized for this because all the words. Go ahead and replace that one. I may have to go redo. Okay, no, page 1 is fine. I do need to go redo number 3. Go ahead and save that. I did do that incorrectly. Legacy 2588. Yeah, we want type optimized. Save. I want to save it there. Yes, we want to replace that. Okay, there we go. Now we're on track. Now we can go on to page 5. 5. Yes, we need to check all of the wordings. See, now that word bubble is correct. That one's incorrect. That one's correct. I don't know what I did here. Huh. Weird. And I'm pretty sure I'll have to check each of the eyes. I think that's the main thing here, but the words are fine, which is good. Let's check this. Nope, that's part of the face. Let's check that one. It's fine. 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 Yeah, I think we're good on the... I'm not going to worry about that because I'm pretty sure that's 100% good. Let's check this face real quick. Yep. 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 Okay, cool. I think like 90% of the publishing stuff and the illustrating part of this is trying to make sure everything stays consistent the way I want it to. That's the, oops, nope, that's the wrong one. We want to export as save for web legacy. That's the big one. 882588. Okay, good. It's always interesting because it like juices the colors, but then when you save it, then it downsizes it to the correct color. Yeah, because it's way juiced in those. It's almost like it intentionally does it, Vern, if you're still here. And the way I'm exporting it, it actually increases the saturation so that when the export goes through, it actually goes back down to the right color space, the right color saturation. Okay, we are on to page number 6. 6. Let's get rid of 3. Let's go ahead and save that. Get rid of 5. Let's go ahead and save that. Number 6. These word bubbles here. That's correct. Correct. That's correct. Yeah, so weird. Some of them I did right, some of them I did not. Some of them had weird leftovers. That's correct. That one's correct. Correct. Okay, I think that one's good too. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that before we export it again. Five, 8, 8. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see. Oh, we can kind of see them. Put them next to each other here. You can definitely tell. Ugh, this. Why is this so big? Can we make it smaller? We can make it smaller. I'm learning things. So this is where our export looks like, and you can see a little bit here the difference in color tone. It's definitely not as rich. So I feel like this type of exporter with the RGB and stuff like that, it's upping the color, the brightness, the vibrance of the color, so that when it saves it as that PNG, it actually cuts it back down and then looks correct. It's a weird system, but it seems to work. So let's be number 6. Yeah, there's definitely, it's way duller otherwise. Cool. Yeah, I like the brightness of that much better. Okay, number 7. Let's get rid of number 6. Let's go ahead and save it though. Yep, that one's wrong. That one's wrong. Interesting. That's correct. That's correct. That's good. Okay, so that one is weird. That one should be in CMYK. There we go. That one's fine. That one's fine. Should be good on everything. Good. Okay, cool. That's fine. Whiskers, double check. Okay, yeah, we're good there. Go ahead and save that. I know, not terribly exciting today, but this is all good stuff because this leads towards getting everything finalized and ready to go. You guys are off to the record store? Have fun. Yeah, if you guys need anything, let me know. But I'll be streaming till noon. Okay. Bye, Felicia. So that should be number 7. Yup, much better. Yeah, I'm way more excited for this now because this is, the vibrance is going to be huge. For me, at least. This is currently my favorite page in the entire book. No, I say number 2. This is number 2 of my favorite pages. See, like that, we keep bouncing back and forth between the different bubbles having different color. Weird. Let's double check the face here. That's good. That's good. Nose, good. Mouth is good. Okay, we're good on those. Save that. We're gonna save this just in case anything crashes. What? Oh, I'm jealous. I want to go record shopping instead of going to class. Speaking of which, you all have a great day. Bye, Bryce. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, Michelle is on a record buying spree right now. She's very happy. So they're gonna go check out our local record store, see what cool stuff that they have. Alright, looks good. Let's go ahead and save that. Page number 8. Close that. Yeah, we do want to save that. Just surreptitiously going through every single page here. Okay, on to number... Okay, one thing I want to do before I get too far. I already know I've got to go on to page number 9. I want to look at... This is my master file. All my stuff. This is where I pull the speech bubbles from. I want to look to see... Are these causing problems? No. Ooh, that's interesting. That is, though. Huh. Interesting. Those ones are off. So it's not the bubbles in here, it's the words that were off. That one's fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. So weird. And that one's fine. Interesting, interesting. Oh, that one's off too. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure how I did that, where I got two different colors on the blacks there. The wrong... Essentially, it's the wrong hex code is what I've done. Somehow. Okay, I believe we're on page number 9. Number 9. You all get a full preview of the entire book here today. Essentially, why does that show 20? Either way, fix it. Okay, so the words are fine. Check these circles in here. That's fine. Let's look at our face real quick. That's good. That's good. Eyebrows, fine. Nose, fine. Mouth, fine. Where should we go? Sweet. Go and save that. Export for web. Or export as, what is it? Export as something, I don't know what it is. 2588. Okay, perfect. Still on type, so that should be fine. It is export for web legacy. That's what it is. And 9. Okay, so we're on to number 10 now. Go ahead and save that. So we've got this one. That's correct. Back to words. Yep, those are correct. Beautiful. What about this one? That one's good. Let's see. We need to double check this. Yeah, we're fine. Oops, I moved that. Okay. Hex codes are good there. Let's go ahead and check this one. Yep, we're good. Okay, looks like all of our hex codes are correct here. Go and double check this fast. Yeah. Hopefully on the next book I won't have to do this as much. We'll have this all figured out. Okay, we are all good here. Go ahead and save that. Save this for legacy. Perfect. Type optimized, yep. Okay, 10. Get rid of that. All right, we're on to page 11. 10 here. Let's go ahead and save that again. Make sure that's doing its thing. Okay, so that's good. Yeah, I'm still kind of confused how I got some of them were off and some of them are not. Not 100% sure how I did that. These are good. Let's go into here. Yep, that one's good. That one's good. 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 Oops. Okay, I think that's fine. I'll check these. Those are fine as well. Okay, so we're good on this page as well. This is all like rigmarole work stuff. Good. Vern, if you're still here, if you're working on something heavily graphic like this for print material, what file format do you typically export your stuff in? Do you go to JPEG? Do you go to TIFF? Do you go to, let me see what the other ones are. Or do you just save it as an Illustrator file or a PSD and that's what you send off to clients, customers, printers? Or is there something, I know like PDF is supposed to be for print. Do you use the PDF? What is your preferred file format for export for print? I guess the next question would be, which one do you typically run across that printers and stuff like that want you to send it over in, if you heard any of that. Let's go to number 12 in the process. Leave. I think we kind of hit on some of it early on in the conversation. Okay, see, that one's off. And now it's off. So now both of those pieces were the wrong ones. I just never know which ones are which. Which ones have problems. That's fine. Base is the big one. I think for me, I want to try to keep the color and the quality as best as I can. Resolution, the DPI, PPI, all of those things, if I can do that. I'm also not like a big publisher or anything like that, so I have to, I'm muddling through the best way that I can, but I'm trying to have the quality as close to it as I possibly can. I think the only thing that I'm disappointed in is the on-demand print style that they have set up for books like this, for these picture books. It's definitely like laser jet printed style. It's not like high quality gloss or photo paper style pages that they're putting into these books. So It kind of sucks for the price point that I have to put them at, that we can't get that better paper, unfortunately, but that is part of the system. Gotta pick and choose what fits your budget. When we were looking at the metadata for book number 2, when we were doing our approval process stuff there, there is one more. It actually shows when you go to select your book and get it ready for just the distribution stuff. There is one page type higher than the one that I've chosen, so I think there's 4 altogether, like low grade paper with black and white color only, and then they have a super low grade color option, and then I chose the higher grade paper, better with better color quality, but there's a premium color paper or paper and printing that is an option, but that one I think that one was going to push the book like over $20 for that premium paper and stuff like that. So I was just like, ooh, that's way too much for what I want to do with this, unfortunately. But I wish it was a little bit closer. I wish the print quality was a little bit closer to professionally done printed books and stuff like that. But we're also talking about scale, right? Where a traditional publisher, a big publishing house, they'll buy 100,000 copies. So they get a huge discount when they do something like that, because they are putting in like $1 million or whatever it is for that 100,000 copies. So they're getting a huge discount on those, which then they can then put back into the quality of the books and stuff like that. I don't have that kind of leverage at the moment. I would love to. If anybody has $1 million, I'd love to throw around. Please hit me up. But that also makes a big difference in the quality and what you can and can't do with the books and stuff like that. So I'm hoping that the story, and I know the quality is a little bit less than what I would want it to be, but I think the story that I'm telling and the production that I'm putting into it, I think that helps a lot of what's going on with the story. So maybe at some point someday we can get to a second printing of the books, and we can get that super extra high quality pages and stuff like that. So maybe this is like video games where these are all the beta files, the beta versions of the book, and we're basically like early investing, seeing if people are interested in this and what I'm putting together and how I'm doing it, and that will lead to a bigger audience, and therefore we can go with the full release at some point someday, with all kinds of cool like lead-ins and lead-outs for the book and stuff like that. That would be really cool. So maybe that's optimistically like looking at the future and being like, maybe it's not this isn't a not necessarily a shitty version of it, but it's just part of the process. Maybe we're just beta testing all of this, putting it together. I don't know. Okay, so that one was number 12. Perfect. Get rid of that. I'm going to bring up number 13, but we're going to pause on number 13. We're not going to get that one saved out or anything like that, because we are going to take a break here in about 1 minute and 15 seconds. So let's double check. We'll do a couple things here. before we check on our assistant, let's head over to our live camera. We'll see what's going on outside. It's trying to snow. It's about, yeah, see, it's gonna struggle a little bit. It's about 38 degrees out there, so if we're getting any snow, it's freezing way up high and then falling down to our level here. But as you can see, it's not cold enough to stick to the ground yet, so we're just melting right away. We just got rainy puddles, so that's where we're at. We'll check in on that a little bit later. It supposedly we're supposed to be getting a pretty big storm, so if I would be surprised by Wednesday when we get on for stream. If this isn't all white and snowy, I'll be surprised for sure. But let's swap over and check in on our assistant patch, and then we will do our break here for our 3 minutes, and then we will come back and we will keep going, trying to get the rest of these files saved out and put together. Look at that fast one today. Okay, I will be right back. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Little break. Got to walk around a little bit. Doggo was outside, so got to let her in. She's over in her little blanket on the couch now. I think she's looking for hopefully the snow to come down pretty good, because she likes playing it. Yep, see, now there's no snow falling out there, so we're keep swapping back and forth between being too cold and too warm, in between on both of those. But I think she's already got a very mild snowstorm. It was last month, beginning of the year. Oh no, it was at the end of last year. That's about it. But she wants the deep stuff. She wants that foot or two of snow where she can prance around and jump through it and dig down to try to find her toys and stuff like that. So hopefully we've got about a week or two of moisture coming through here. So there's a strong possibility we might get around that much, but we'll have to see. Like I said, hopefully if it does snow that much, we get some good footage. I might even take the camera outside and put it out there so y'all can get to see her bouncing around in the snow. Lots of fun. All right, back to what we were doing. Number 13. Okay, so that's correct. That one is not. Okay. Interesting. Okay, those are all correct. Okay, so those are fine. This one is here. Okay, so the face is fine. Body is fine. Should be whiskers are fine. Like I said, when we get to the second character, that's the one I would definitely need to double check because there's some. I caught it on the master file that there was the tail was not the right color. Okay, cool. So that should be fine. I'm not even going to worry about the box because we've checked that on multiple pages and those were fine. So I'm not even going to worry about that at the moment. Go ahead and export this one out. PNG 588. Okay, let's go and save that there. There's 13. Get rid of that one. Sadly, since the names are slightly different, normally I would be able to just replace the file so then I wouldn't have to move anything around or do a bunch of this other stuff, but because the file name is changing on these, I do have to go through and dump the old file, the old PNG, and put in the new PNG. Let's go and save that. Okay, so the wording's off on that one. And the bubble's off on that one. It's very inconsistent. Like, a lot of times I will find an issue and I'll be like, okay, cool. It's this thing every single time. I can go through and fix that. But this is very, like, wildly inconsistent. Which means I have something somewhere from one of the other books that I've pulled into this that is incorrect. One of the other Adobe files. Okay, fine. Okay, so we're good. I'm not going to go through the rest of that.
Yeah.
Mostly the words right now are the problem. The word bubbles. And save that. Export for web. 588. That. Okay, number 15. That one. Okay, so that one's correct. So that's what I'm saying, like the last page, it was words and bubble. This one, the words are fine. It's probably the bubble that's off. Yep, bubble's off. I think I can go ahead and safely say that the I can safely say that the faces and the body and the circles here are fine. I've not run into issues with either of those again. We'll just go and double check one more time. I can make that determination real quick. Fine, good, good, good. Yeah, so the box I think I don't have to worry about. The face is the only other one I would be worried about. That one's good. That one's good. Good. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Go and save that. Hopefully okay, yeah, I did unmute myself. Hee hee. I wasn't sure. Save there. Okay, 15. That's good. 16 is up next. That, save it. Yeah, see, both of them are off this time. Weirdo burrito. Let's check. Can I check this one? Yeah, the jungle gym here is fine. How's everybody else's day going? I know Bryce had to take off to go to school, which is good. School is always good, hopefully. You have the day off, Vern, today? Or are you working from home? You've been a busy girl lately too, by the way. You've been bouncing around all over the place, doing all kinds of cool photo shoots. I'm working? Yeah. Excellent. So that one is... There we go. Get that fixed. Yeah, sometimes it's the faces that have a little issue. Where is your next big adventure? Where are you heading out to next? Because, okay, so your past couple jobs, I've seen you taking photos and stuff. Is that local stuff? Have you been traveling a little bit? Save that. Okay, 16 is down here. Maybe at some some point I'll get confident enough just to put the whole screen up for all of you to see instead of just picking and choosing certain frames for you all to see. Probably make my life a little bit easier, but we're on to 17. Okay, Vern says Miami for GF or CFP has been the latest big trip. Traveling this weekend for rally, about 4 hours away. Most of my assignments are in my area. Okay, cool. We want 17. There we go. No, it's been really cool. I love that somebody got a picture of you while you were working. What was it? You were sitting on the floor at the basketball game, and I was just like, ha ha ha, sneaky, sneaky. I like it. Very nice. I get to tell all my friends and point at you and be like, oh, that's my friend. I know her. She's cool. My stalkers. Those are good stalkers, though. I think they're fans of yours, I think is what it is. Well, that's a stalker. Anyways. You have your own fan club, yay. Yeah, professional stalkers. Those are good friends then. I get to live vicariously through you. This is fun. It's always fun. Ooh. That one's fine. That one's fine. Okay, cool. We make a game of trying to get photos of each other working. Oh, that's awesome. That sounds fun. Hey, I think that's amazing because you gotta have some fun with when you're out working and doing that kind of stuff. It's been kind of interesting over the past week to watch the Olympics and getting to see the cool new like drone shots and stuff that they're using for that, and the amazing pilots that are like the dudes flying through the luge trying to follow them downhill with the drones and then piloting back up to the start and then having to redo that every single time. That's amazing. And then all of the personnel that they have in between for the ice skating speed races and stuff like that, whenever one of the little pucks on the inner ring gets knocked off, that they have to skate out there and put it back before the skaters loop back around. And I think it was even for the ice dancing competition, the former ice skaters and stuff like that are now cameramen that are filming and doing live from on the ice and stuff like that. Like, a lot of the background stuff is super fun and fascinating and really cool to me. Yes, I love the drone pilots should get an Emmy. I mean, they're doing crazy stuff. Like, even when they were doing skiing downhill, not downhill skiing, but the big air skiing trick one last night, and following behind them with the drones and stuff like that, and getting those flips and stuff that they're doing. It's just crazy. All of it's crazy. It's so cool though. I'm not sure I like the cameras on the ice during performances because I think that's a bit far/distracting. Oh, as far as like the audience and stuff having to look through them to see the performance. Yeah, I can see that part for sure. That and the athletes themselves. Yeah, I wonder how... You are correct. That is interesting because normally when they're doing like judging and stuff like that, they're off to the side and everything else. So I wonder how much that weighs into their performances, knowing that they are there, and I don't think they're on the ice while they're performing. I may be wrong. Oh no, they do. Oh no, they go on and off really, really quick. So while they're doing their performance, they're not on the ice. But as soon as they like conclude their performance and they're like holding their pose or whatever, that dude rushes out there, or the guy or the gal rushes out there with the camera to get those close-up shots at the very end and stuff like that. So it's all wild to think about, and just, yeah. One, it's like talent for filming and camera shots and skating and combining all those things. There's skiers that ski backwards down hills to get shots and stuff like that. The people that have to go through like in the half pipe and reapply the lines and stuff between runs, so each a snowboarder and stuff like that can see where the lines are. Like, it's all just a huge thing. It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Oh, at the conclusion, I get that, but again, that's freaking annoying to still photographers who also have to get a shot. Ooh, I didn't think of that. Yeah, you're shooting through that as well. So you'll have to let me know, on something as big as like the Olympics and stuff like that, like it's got to be pretty tight as far as planning things out and making sure and being like, hey, press pool is over here with photographers and everything else like that. Like, so your limit of where you can get video shots is limited to coming out of the box onto the ice, 10 feet out, and then 30 feet over, give or take, into a circle, whatever, and then back around into the box. Like, it's got to be pretty prescribed, right? We have to deal with that in NFL. Networks have a couple guys with cameras on gimbals that run out onto the field, and I've had more than a few photos ruined by those guys. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, that's probably why they have a lot of you guys on the field, is because it's just inherent that a lot of your shots are going to get ruined by stuff that's either happening or bypassing or going on, for sure. Not really. Oh, okay. There are stipulations when they are allowed on field and not, but they get their shot and to heck with everyone else. That's fair. That's understandable. I get that. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to do 17 here. TV takes the main spot. Yeah, they're the ones that are the biggest point of sales, so that makes sense. Still have to move around them. Yeah. I can only imagine that has changed so much over the years, where probably photography was very super heavy early 90s, 80s, 90s. And then as production and video has gone crazy with even those sky shots with the cameras with the cables and stuff like that everything becoming so much smaller and lightweight and compact, and being able to run around and do those video shots like that, definitely, like you said, getting in the way of everything has probably become very common. I would argue, I could argue video and still are equal. Oh yeah. That's the funny thing is video and still are so unique, because you can do a lot with video, but you can't, it's not good enough to the point where you can pull a lot of stills from the video. So the specialization of both of those things is still really good to have. When I grew up, I took photography in high school, I took photography in college, I took color printing photography in college with one of the only studios that left that still had that ability. And the quality and stuff, like, I know digital cameras are really, really well, but do really well, but film and stuff like that was so superior during those days. It was crazy. The quality and the detail that you can get out of it, if you shot correctly and did all your stuff right. I have found that the more I work with the production crew, the more they work with you. At the end of the day, we all have a job to do. Yeah. Well, and that's, you guys are mutually respecting each other and working together. That's just like, I just, for the internets, I'm putting it out there for everybody, mutual respect for each other and each other's crafts and understanding and working together. Just in case any politicians are listening. Hey, well, anyways, and we both understand that. That's freaking cool. I never got to do color film printing, just black and white. It was pretty cool because translating that knowledge into doing digital work on a computer with Photoshop or even Illustrator and stuff like that, like, I understand the processes behind why those things are the way they are now. It's almost invaluable in a lot of different ways. I wish it would have stuck around a lot more. I know that, keeping all of that processing materials and stuff, like, they struggled to keep our lab open. Even when I was there, money was a huge concern, and being able to get parts for the machines, being able to get supplies for the machines and everything else like that was really, really hard because not a lot of industry was sticking around for it. So it just kept getting harder and harder and harder. But it was super cool because there's a lot of really cool stuff that you could do. Even like you would know with black and white, playing with how chemical exposure works on some of that stuff, and blocking of light, and all kinds of different manipulation tools that you could use and do with film that you can kind of fake now a little bit with digital and stuff, but way different, way different. Whole different medium. It literally is a whole different medium. But all really, really cool stuff. I assume you shoot 100% on digital, right, Vern? But if you had the choice and the supplies and stuff were readily available, would you go back to traditional film? Do you feel like one is not necessarily superior to the other, but has a different quality that you can use more effectively and efficiently in certain aspects? Or have they become relatively similar-ish in some ways, outside of like artistic integrity? Change that to ZMYK. Now that we finalize this up, we should be good to compress all that down. We can also clean up some of these files and get rid of some of these other sample ideas that I put together that don't apply anymore. I have my old darkroom set up when I was in college. My professor wanted me to get my master's in fine art photo. And when the college closed the darkroom down, the dean of school gifted me with my whole setup. Oh, that's so amazing. I had my own darkroom because that was That's what I was doing. It's so specialized. Dang, that's so cool. I still play with film. Yeah, I think I sold my camera, my film camera at one point, probably somewhere around before the kids were born. Not because I didn't want to keep it, but probably because I needed the money for getting ready for Jeff to be born. But it was so much fun to be able to play with it and explore it and do all of the things. I kind of wish I would have kept that camera myself. But I also knew like finding a dark room and stuff like that. A lot of those old shops and stuff that even when I lived in Sacramento, all of those shops down there have disappeared. So it was like, it was really hard to, I think we've seen a resurgence of it, but it was hard to keep that, knowing that there was a possibility that I wouldn't even be able to find supplies for it at some point, which kind of sucked. A lot of what I learned with film and all that stuff, I was doing then, I do now. So like, I'll play with multiple exposures and layering and all sorts of techniques that just are a bit lost now to digital. Yeah. Hopefully, I know like, as far as like Mr. Alex has said with his using Polaroids and stuff like that was a technology that was essentially dead that they've resurrected and brought back and have some manufacturing for. So I know some photography stuff has had a little bit more resurgence on things. I don't know. Hopefully more comes back at some point, but you can still do them. It's just different. Yeah. I took my Polaroid to Miami with me for funsies. Oh, that's awesome. That was one of the Christmas gifts that my daughter wanted this year was they have a Choco Cat, which is one of the characters from the Hello Kitty universe. They actually had a Choco Cat branded Polaroid camera. We bought it for her, and it came with a case and stuff like that. It's really, really cool. She loves it. I think she's a little worried to use it though, because she's like, I only get this many photos and then I gotta go scrounge and find materials for it. And I was like, yeah, that is kind of the way it works. I think you'll be okay though. I think it's a little bit more readily available than you think it is, daughter. You can still do this. Oh yeah, I took my Polaroid. Fun, yes. She's having lots of fun with that. It's been interesting. This has been a very interesting year for both of the kids because Michelle has really taken on a love of older stuff. So she got into the Polaroids. She got into doing one year she was into sticker making and stuff like that. So she could make stickers by hand. She got into like doing beaded jewelry a lot this past year. And then she bought a record player, so she's collecting records now too. So like a lot of that older style stuff is not necessarily making a comeback, but kind of making a comeback, kind of hitting a spot for the younger generation that they really enjoy, which is good, which is cool. Like you said, I think some of that knowledge from some of that stuff is super valuable. So from my perspective, it's nice because it's not, I don't look at it as like, oh, thank God they're bringing back all the old stuff. It's more like, oh, good, you get to add another notch to the totem pole of the things that you know. And each piece of whatever this is will give you more knowledge towards whatever it is you want to do in the future. So like she's doing all this processing on all of these older generation things, and you know, she can take that with her when she does her welding technology classes and stuff like that, and she'll have more knowledge to access and use for a lot of that stuff, which is really cool. So guess those are all good. So, should be able to save 18 now. Got all that fixed up. So if you notice, I'm also doing some cleanup on the final files here, where I'm taking some of the objects like this shadowy figure that's in this page and flattening it out and stuff like that to make sure that it doesn't have any of the lines from the separate layers and separate pieces on it. Getting rid of some of the other graphics that I had built that I didn't end up using on the page as well. Basically the bloatware, the stuff that doesn't matter anymore. Okay, on to 19. Hey, thank you, Sunny, for putting your points towards Patch, our assistant Patch here. Where does that put us? Ooh, up at 82% with 4 days left. Okay, so we've got a good shot of getting this done by Friday, possibly. Let's see, today is Monday, right? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, Friday would be the 4th day, so we can extend it if we don't make it on Friday, but we're damn close. We're gonna be dang close. Let's check in. Where is Patch over in his little spot? Let's check in on him real quick, see how he's doing. Yep, he's just hanging out. Hanging out, being a cat. Jerf's over there eating breakfast because he finally got up for the day, so he's probably watching him. Yeah, pet the assistant.
Sunny_Ruth bet the assistant.
Thank you, Sunny. Thank you for petting our assistant here. He's doing his job. He's doing a good job at it, too.
Sunny_Ruth bet the assistant.
Hey, we got lots more pets here. Let's put that up there. Bum. Because he's a good boy. Okay, let's see. Did I screw up these ones? Nope, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. Let's see, where is our face? Yeah, we took that off, so we don't need that anymore. That one's good. 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 There we're good. Cool. Go ahead and save that out. Uh, 2588. Save here. That's number 19. We're getting there. We're almost done. Hopefully I can finish before end of our stream here. We're on to 20. We've got about 12 pages left. 20. Fixed that one already. Ooh, those are wrong. Interesting. that fixed. Are all of these correct? Yes, let's go ahead and select all, make sure. Yep, okay. So those lines are fine. The last one I want to double check is the face and the mouth here. Yep, that's good. Check these eyes and the nose. Okay. We are good on that one. And save that. Web 588. Okay, got a message. Okay, so got the right size, got that. Okay, so we should be able to save. I thought I pressed that. Guess I missed it. There we go. Okay, so let's move this around. 20, yeah, definitely much better, more vibrant. I like that much better. Save this, open up 21. There we go. Luckily there's no words in this one. We'll check, okay, so that's wrong. That. No other dark colors here that I'm aware of. Oh, that's right. I put him back there, so we can actually get rid of that so it doesn't come through on accident. Perfect. Hopefully that didn't screw anything up. No, it did not. Okay, cool. I want to make sure. So I know that's correct. What do I have here? I've got two. Oh, I see what I did. Yeah, I got two layers of the same thing here going on here. But that's okay. We'll just switch that to CMYK so that it matches. And then we should be good. Yeah. Save that. Export for web here. 588. All right, it's 21. Let's go ahead and open up 22. Yeah, that definitely makes that look way better. 22, surprise. I'll get the surprise. Put that up to there. That one's correct. Okay, so this is where I need to be cautious because I have to check patch the character down here. Okay, so let's go in here. Ah, see, I was right. So that one was wrong. But everything else, yes, that's correct. That's correct. I don't know how, but I missed. That was the only thing that I missed was his tail. And I'm not quite sure how I missed that one, but I did. And everything else should be fine. Yep, eyebrows, eyebrows. Eyes good. That one's good. Nose is good. Mouth is good. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not sure how, but I screwed up on his tail when I was doing the transfer over. It's good. Good. That's fine. Now let's check the body real quick. Yep, that's right. That's correct. Okay, cool. Check the tail real quick. That's fine. Okay, cool. So that one's all good. We can get rid of this, 'cause we're not going to use it. All right, these were my examples. We're just going to hide that because I definitely want to keep that there for future stuff. Sweet. Two, 5, 8, 8. Perfect. Save. There, number 22. Let's see. 22 goes down here. We need number 23. 23. So we're not having the problem with the words anymore, but I'm going to keep double checking them. It's just, I think it's just him that I've narrowed down as the issue. It's just his tail. Everything else should be fine. Is it worth checking at all? That's good. That's good. That one's good. Sweet. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the end of the stream here. No. I don't think I'm gonna finish before we get to the end. I want to make sure I do a good job too. I don't want to rush it. That's okay. That'll give us a little bit to work on Wednesday probably. And then I'll probably also have my social media post to work on that day as well. We're pretty close. We're within 8 pages here. Let's check the tail. You can already see that it's wrong. Okay, so those are all good. So I don't think those are the problem. That's fine. Let's check his words though. That's good. Oh, that one's wrong. Hee. Yeah, it has to do with buttons' little words here. That's what's causing problems. Interesting. That's all good. Good. Okay, so that's all good too. Okay, cool. Got our words fixed. Okay, that's good. Go ahead and save that out. Okay, 25. All right. Get rid of 24. Save that. So that's correct. That's correct. Okay, so those ones are fine. Those words are fine. Those words are fine. Okay, so these words are... I'm still confused what I did. Can't seem to pinpoint it quite yet. It's gonna continue to mystify me until I figure it out. At some point I will make the mistake again and then I'll be like, aha! That's what it was. The whole time. Good. Ooh, that one has a... That's better. Let's check his face real quick. This all looks fine. Yep. Good. Yeah, these are all the new ones, so we should be fine. Perfect. Save that. Open web. 2588. Save. Let's open up 26 real quick. We'll try to get as close as we can here. There we go. Okay. It's good. It's good. Good. Okay. Sweet. I already know the main issue. I also want to check those eyes because those ones have been problematic in the past. Okay, cool. That should be fine. Yeah, I think it was mostly catching that the tail was the wrong hex code. Save. PNG. Go ahead and close 26 as well. Let's try to get 27 in here. We'll try to... No, that'll leave us with 4 pages left over. Good. That's good. Fine. Okay, cool. Yes, we do have one tail to change over here. Good. Yep, okay. Because this tail is off the screen, it doesn't really matter. Got rid of all the rest of the extra bits on that. Alright, peoples, we are going to export this last one. 2588. And then we're going to take our last break here for the afternoon. There we go. Export it there. Sweet. Yeah, that leaves us with 28, 29, 30, and 31. Those are our last pages we have to convert over and get fixed. So, but let's see. Let's go over to our mobile camera here. Oh, we get a little bit of movement out of our assistant here. Getting comfy again. Oh, I was going to cuddle into his tail. Oh, gonna try. He heard me talking about him. He's like, nope. He's like, dude, don't talk about me. But we're about 30 seconds out from our last break for the afternoon here. And then we'll do our little wrap up. And then we will head off into the sunset today. So that is the plan and the idea at the moment. Let's check on the outside. Oh yeah, we got a little bit of snow coming down again. It's trying. Like I told you, it's going to keep trying, but whether or not it's going to be successful or not, I don't know. So, but if you would be so kind to stick around for these ads, and then we will wrap up afterwards, I would appreciate that. So, well, I will see you on the other side. All right. All right, we are back from our break, our last break of the day here. Well, it is that time again. We are done with our stream for the day. I'm ready to go grab some lunch for sure here. So, we've got going on. We'll keep working on stuff on Wednesday for converting these files over, getting them ready and done, exported for publication, being able to be then converted into a PDF for Ingram Spark, so we can get these all printed out and stuff like that. Get books printed and get ready for our release date later on down the road. Funny, that filled the challenge. Yeah, Sunny put in a whole bunch of points, so we are up to 84% done here. We've got about a little less than 5,000 points left to put into the stream here to get our assistant patch special treat. So I'm guessing probably Friday. Friday we will probably get that fully done. So we'll be right in there. But yeah, we're gonna keep working towards getting files done. I've got social media video to put up on Thursday, so we'll have to work on that. We may do some of that on Wednesday as well. There also may be some other stuff that I might be working on as we get closer to our first in-person event on Sunday at our little local pop-up bookshop Nook and Cranny. So if you are in the Reno, Tahoe, Sparks, Carson City area, and you would like to come by and check out my books in person and talk to me and see kind of what's going on, or if you have questions, in-person questions to ask me, you can do that. You can purchase a book through the Nook and Cranny website, which gives you some extra benefits. We're going to have a coloring page there and some other goodies like a stuffed a cat stuffy, is how she puts it. It's geared definitely towards little kids and stuff, but also not necessarily, because my daughter is in high school and she loves stuffies still. So one of our favorite things to do is go to the Round 1 arcade and try to win as many as we possibly can in their claw machines. So you never know. But yeah, that's what I've got going on. Those are the things I'm working on. Is there anything else we'll be doing? Our 500 Little Things podcast on Sunday evening is still tentative at the moment. I know we talked about that last night, but just to reiterate on that, because we're going to be doing our Sunday event where I'm going to be signing books and stuff like that, I also have a meeting afterwards. Let's go here. I have a meeting afterwards at the Sierra Arts. No, this is it's going to be at the Sierra Arts building, but it's going to be for the Society of Children's Books Writers and Illustrators. They're going to be doing a presentation on Sunday, just a few short hours after my book signing, like 3 doors down. So it's a good place to connect with other authors and illustrators in the area, and do a lot of networking, so you can find out and talk to people and be like, where did you get, camaraderie, little piece of connection for everybody. Another one of those things, if you are in the area and you would like to come by because you're thinking about publishing or putting together a book and you want to see what resources are available in our area, or want to know a little bit more about storytelling and how to put that together, please come by. I will be there for that meeting. This one's going to be presenting point of view. The power of perspective is going to be what the talk is about. Just some more fun, cool things. I'm trying to help promote local creators and stuff like that, and how to get in touch with everybody around here. I will also be doing one of these presentations in November. I was fortunate enough to be asked to put one together, so I will be talking about illustration and art and drawing and things like that during that presentation. So yeah, lots of fun things, lots of cool things coming up here. Like I said, come join if you're around. If not, it's okay too. We will continue to do our streams here, and you'll get to see and participate here as well. So, but other than that, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and enjoy your El Presidente's Day. Yeah, don't do too. I know a lot of you are working right now and stuff like that. If you're not, cool, chill, relax, have a good day. If you are working, don't work too hard. Make sure to take breaks. Vern, take some breaks. Go get some lunch. Sunny, I know you're getting close to being probably off soonish, but take care of yourselves. And I will see you on Wednesday. Good food reminder. Yes, always food and water or some kind of beverage of your choice, but take care of yourselves. But I will see you all on Wednesday. Bye, everybody.